G'day everybody, welcome back in my shed. I'm BC. Talking on the last episode, and I was listening to myself say again and again and again, this Clarkson is bloody noisy. I've only had it for about 8 years, and I think 8 years ago I promised I'd have a bit of a look at it. So I've had a look, pulled it apart. I think I've cured it, and the purists won't like this. I've lubricated the bearings. Now it's a little bit of an unusual assembly, to me anyway. First off, I've never seen a pomming machine with a soft shaft. The threaded areas, the bosses, everything, it had a few dings in it, so I filed it. It's the soft as shit. Can't believe it. And the POMs don't normally do this. Left hand thread both ends. So it's left me scratching my head. Anyway, I'll repower it again. You can have a listen to the motor on its own. I just took the belt off, did that, and confirmed that yes, it is bearing noise. And I'll talk a bit more when I get you closer. Bye for now. Okay, here we are. Got you back again. I'm sorry the lighting isn't as good as usual, but I've got someone coming and I don't want to close the roller door and set up the spotlight, etc. I don't want to miss the sale. Okay, bit of an explanation. Wheelhead, obviously. Surprisingly, it's got two side plates with 3-groove labyrinth seal in there, and they're a very, very good fit on the shaft extensions. There's possibly half a thou clearance, maybe a thou. It just barely slides over. They're machined engine plates, very good quality work. Housings machined up, they slide inside there. There's two opposing roller bearings, and I'm not going to pull the head apart, there's no need. As I said at the start, this is a very low hour machine. It had a wasp nest in it, and they couldn't use it, so it was pushed to one side, and it had been stripped of all the accessories, and it was built up out of other machines that have been decommissioned. Like the table has seen a hell of a lot of work. Wheelhead has seen none. The workhead, etc., never been out of the box. So I think all I got was all the spare parts that they had left thrown together into a heap. Okay, it's a simple flat belt pulley assembly. I'm running it on the lower speed, and you can turn the pulley both ways, so it's really a 4-speed item, but I don't think you'd ever use that. You listen to just the motor. Can't fault that. Runs absolutely lovely. Now somewhere around the place, and God knows where, I have a Zerk fitting that goes into the grease gun, and it has about an 1.5 inch thin tube coming out of it that's about 3 mm diameter with a fairly sharp point and about a 1 mm hole in the end of it, and it's meant specifically for re-greasing bearings like this. You can get in amongst the cage and you can actually get some lube in there. Can't find it in the move. A lot of my little secret items have pissed off on holidays. I get a bit cranky with myself doing that sort of thing, so I use the best lubricating item I've got. I just squirted a bit of grease out the grease gun and poked it in, and the spindle does take a bit more to rotate now, but it's lubricated. I could just feel bearing chatter. The little rollers are tapered rollers in both ends, not magneto bearings, not angular contact ball bearings, which again I find very unusual. And that is the bearing preload nut. I can't budge it. I don't know how the hell they did it up in the factory, but I undid the little locking screw, and because there's such a good fit inside the labyrinth seal, I'm not going to be putting Stilsons on it and get it off. If it's not busted, I don't really have to. But I'll put these two end plates on, load the belt back up, and we'll have a listen to it running that. Bring you back in a few minutes. Okay guys, got you back again. I'll let you see it running for a sec. Don't mind the belt wobble, it's a bit like me. It's probably running at about 1/10 the volume it was before, and I'm quite happy with the way it is. I've got all the guards back on and give it another run later on. So if I can get the other grinder spot like this, I'm going to be in it. One thing I did notice after all that stripping of the machine, these two screw holes that are used to keep the wheel guard on actually go right through to the bearing housing. So any future greasing will be done down through there. I still can't understand why this got a left-hand nut both sides. Anyway, this does it. Bye for now. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I brought you back again for another look. I thought I'd try turning the belt end to end and use the other side, but it's still exactly the same. And on the front pulley you can see where it's picked up a little bit of rubber in the two spots, so it is wobbling under load. They must cover on the tip off the major belt when they did it. And it's settling down a bit as it runs. I don't know what it'll be like, but I don't think it'll give me any vibration. The fellow down in Melbourne, I bought it off, I can't remember his name, but he's got all the master belts, the metre line or whatever, in increment sizes of about 1 centimetre straight on the each, and you just cut the belt off that tube to use when you order it off him. Well, this sounds quite a lot less now it's been running for a while. Okay, we'll try a few of the other grinders later on. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye for now. G'day guys, back again. I thought when I was on a roll I'll have a go at Mr. Wrong Foot, and glad that I did. You'll hear, I'll put it on there. Show it in its glory. Listen to that. That's how a machine tool should sound. Very, very pleased with the outcome. I'm probably about 40 minutes work, so it's well worth it. I've still got the wheel guards and stuff to mount yet. But here's a bit of a story for you, and this is what employers like myself really come up against in Australia, and I am really trying to stick it to the guy that was working for me. I had trouble getting the wheel flanges off on both sides. I decided to dismantle it, and it's a little bit different. There's no seal whatsoever between the bearing housing and the outside world. I suppose the wheel itself acts like a real slinger and throws the dust outward. But I had trouble getting the wheel flanges off both sides. And I had a look. He's had Stilson's pipe wrenches on the shaft on one side to do up the other, and vice versa. There's two bloody flats right here. Like I'm stymied, I had to use a wheel puller to pull the wheel off. The flanges rather. Anyway, this has just got plain ball bearings, not angular contact. Absolutely dry. This outer tensioning nut for the bearing was about 1.5 turns loose, so I think I know why I had vibration when I was dressing the wheel. I've been blaming hard wheels, and I think that is partially true. But yes, she runs reasonably well now. I'll zoom you in a little bit so you can see what a very simple shaft looks like. Another thing too, the belt was about 4 times as tight as it needs to be, and also some silly person has been forced by an even sillier person to put a wheel guard on the inside of the belt guard, which means you can't just dismantle it and take it off. You've got to undo I think it was 12 hardy little socketed cap screws. Oh my god, this is getting a bit brain dead. Anyway, I'll bring you and you can look at the end of the shaft. Okay, I've got you in as close as I can comfortably. Now this is a, well, in my opinion, better assembly than the Clarkson. I won't say better built or better idea, although I do like this grinder quite a bit, but at least it had a left hand and a right hand nut, and the bearing retaining nut, one left hand, one right hand, which is as it should be. Very simple, just a couple of holes for pin spanner. I don't have the right pin spanner, but I decided that a couple of taps with a pin punch and a light hammer is better than being 1.5 turns loose. But that's where the two flats are to maintain holding the assembly while you do the nuts up and down. Very easy to get at. Simple setup, and I'm just hoping the next time I'm grinding tools it'll give me a little bit less chatter and it'll be easier to dress it with the diamond dresser. But so far 2 out of 2. I don't know whether I'll do a third Tullacategorite today. I'm feeling a little bit knackered, but I might do. I'll have a drink of water and I might come good. Okay, that's today's story. I'll say goodbye shortly. Okay, that's all from this old gas bag today. Feeling a little bit on the tight side. No. Okay, that's all from this old bloke today. Hope you like to see what's happened. I'm happy with the progress. 2 out of 2 so far is pretty well alright. Even though it's not as hot inside as it is outside, boy, it's sweltering today. I can see the sun drying up the yard and just creating humidity everywhere. Okay, please like and subscribe, and thank you very much for your support so far. Have a good weekend and be safe over Christmas.